Well, everything has gotten really real really quick. So yesterday we realised that my wife Sarah would have to go into self-isolating. So she's now living upstairs. I'm now living downstairs. The kids' bedrooms are upstairs. My immune system is hugely compromised, impaired, because of my treatments and because of my MS. Then Boris Johnson last night announced, well, he didn't announce a lockdown, but we are in the lockdown phase. And so I can't go anywhere because of my immune system. My wife can't go anywhere because she's now had to completely self-isolate. She's got her own bathroom off our bedroom, so she's going to be heading away for 2 weeks. So I'm looking after the kids, looking after the house and all that stuff. But my treatment is due tonight and it hasn't been delivered. It took my dad an hour to be able to pick up my repeat prescriptions in the chemist today. We're not running out of food, but we've only got a couple of days worth of meals for the 4 of us, because we've got a normal fridge freezer in our kitchen. We haven't got the benefit of having a second fridge freezer or a chest freezer like back in the day, or that some people still have in the garage. And so I'm still doing everything I can to remain positive. One, for the sake of my own mental health, and 2, because I want this to be the least traumatic experience for my kids as possible. This is a time in history where my eldest made a really good point last night. She said, what we're living through now will be on her grandchildren's, our grandchildren's history exams, and it's true. We are now living in a piece of history. I think the last pandemic to this sort of extent was rubella, and you've only got to look at how quickly the world is having to just shut down. As far as I'm concerned, everywhere should be on lockdown now, other than the absolute essentials. I think the government really do need to put their foot down. I know they're saying about fining people and dispersing groups of people and stuff like that, but this virus is a virus that will continue to spread the more that people are coming into contact with each other. For fresh air, I've just been out in the back garden with my youngest kicking a ball about, but we stayed a couple of metres apart at the least. Fresh air, a bit of sunlight, and just giving my mind a break, because I've had like 4 hours sleep in like 3 days. I'm running on empty. I am beyond exhausted. I had a migraine for 2 days, and I think that's just pure stress because I'm trying to make sure that everything's going to be okay. And in all reality, an awful lot of this is completely out of my control. As a society, this is now out of our control to a great extent. So the absolute least that people can do is stay at home unless they're doing a necessary job role, because we all still need supermarkets. We all still need to be getting our food and our drinks and our fresh produce. We also, the local businesses, the smaller businesses, your butcher, your greengrocer, plow money into those businesses, because they're the people who need to be able to recover when this is over. We all need to be making sure that we're drinking plenty of water. We all need to be making sure that we're washing our hands non-stop. I'm fairly sure I'm not going to have much skin left on mine by the end of the week. we all know the things that we're being told, but not everyone's necessarily taking it as seriously as they should be, and they really should be when you've got nurses who, from doing their job, are now ending up in ICU. You know, you've got nurses being vented and they're only unwell and fighting for their lives because they went to work and did their job. So, you know, like, we all need to look after each other. Just follow the basic rules, but also check in on people. This is a really, really, really bad time in terms of mental health. People who are prone to anxiety, I know their anxiety will be through the roof. I know that mine is. People who are prone to poor sleep, insomnia when they're stressed, I know that, like me, you won't be sleeping. People who are who generally struggle with depression, like me again, I know that this is a difficult time, and as extremely difficult as it really, really is, you've got to try and keep your mind healthy, because this isn't going to be over in a week. This is a long game, and if you do everything to keep yourself physically healthy, but by doing that you are completely cooped up away from the world, away from fresh air, away from sunlight, away from just anything that's remotely close to being normal, then when we come through the other side of this, the mental health impact is going to be immense. And it's something I'm genuinely worried about in terms of society, because there are people who were already struggling with mental health and trying to figure out what this world and this life is about, and now most people seem to be terrified, and I'm personally not, but I think that's because I've just sort of gone into fight or flight, and I've just gone, right, I'm just going to look after the kids, look after my wife, I'm just going to do everything that I can, and it'll be okay. And I pray to God that it will, because I really am in the vulnerable group when it comes to if I would get an ITU bed, if I would be vented, if I would even be treated. So yeah, this is the strangest of times for us all, but we've all got to stick together, stay strong, look after each other, and use social media not for reading all the scaremongering news, but for contacting people who you maybe wouldn't normally have a chat with, but you might think that they could do with a chat. You're noticing that their Facebook posts are pointing out that they're struggling. Just give them a shout. Just drop them a message. Are you all right? How are you doing? Are you struggling? Seeing what you put on Facebook. Reach out to people, because even if you're working from home, we've all now got nothing but time on our hands. So make the most of that, and just look after yourselves and stay safe. And I'm gonna do another video tomorrow purely about mental health, so keep an eye out for that.